Podcast, episode 19. My name is Chris. I'm joined today by my co-host Isaiah.
Hello.
Michael.
I'm still Isaiah.
And we are here again with Court Order.
What up?
Four-fifths member right now, and a former member.
Hey, how's it going?
Waiting on Oscar to get here, but we'll just go down the line and just say who you guys are again, for the people that don't know. So,
Are we the first reoccurring?
technically, because Eric came on.
Yeah, but that was a holiday episode.
But that was for a holiday episode, so it really didn't count. So 1.5. You guys are your first official.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. First official recurring guest.
Yeah, so Ace, I play drums.
I'm JD, I play guitar.
Zay, I play guitar.
I'm JJ, I do vocals. I'm Miles, I used to do vocals.
Yeah, we were just talking about Miles doing "Hit Harder" before we started this, and like that was the first song, and JJ was making like a funny joke about the track, but that's one of those songs where, depending on what mood I'm in, if I hear it, like I'll be proud of it. Like sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, oh man, like it's a dope track, and then other times I listen to it and I'm like, I can't believe we ever did that. But it just like shows the evolution of the band,
Exactly.
So, and we have Miles here, so he did vocals on that song.
I honestly just kind of went into the booth not really knowing what I was going to do vocally, and I just went, this is what I gave you.
I guess it hit harder than I expected.
Oh,
I hate it so much.
yeah, but I mean, everybody has to start somewhere, And we built a lot off of that song, a lot off the art from that track, and like, it's a funny song to look back on now, because like when Zay and I first started jamming, like a lot of the riffs that we even used for that song, like we ended up replacing. I remember sitting outside in the parking lot here and like listening to like Billy No Mates, and I was like, we need more panic chords,
Yeah.
So like we completely like rewrote the intro like day of, but
It was cool,
yeah, it's interesting to look back on, but
Yeah.
I'll be lucky if we get an opportunity to play it at practice again.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, now you guys released your new single, Split Between a Dream and a Failure. So let's talk about how that came to be.
I just want to make a quick joke. Split between a dream and a fracture.
Oh my god.
I hate you.
split between a turkey sandwich and a taco lunch. Yeah, well, so that's all. We just released Split Between a Dream and a Failure. It's our first release on Blood Blast Distribution. We're super excited to be working with them. It's also the first single that we released working with EMG Management that we're working with. So shout out to Scott Eames, who's been kind of helping us make some plays and stuff, and that's been a really cool experience getting some consulting there. But so we recorded that song last August here at Mercury and wrote it at Hellhound. I think it's like one of the first songs that like JD really led a lot of the writing there. It was a lot of his contributions to the song, and so you get to see a lot of that influence with some of the leads and stuff, and we're really stoked about it.
Yeah, and you guys even did the music video here in this exact room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Told,
yeah. It looks a little different.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little too bright in here.
Yeah.
Very, very dark video.
Do you guys one take Drake the music video? Like, how'd the whole process go?
So the song itself is about like the lyrics were inspired because of a lot of the shutdown and what happened. I think like Court Order was kind of sailing at like a really high pace before the pandemic hit, and we were playing some awesome shows, and like the album was coming out, and we had all these great opportunities coming, and then all of a sudden like we were kind of floored, and going home was like, for me at least, I don't want to speak for everybody else, but like there was so much going on for us at the time that like all of a sudden when like shows got canceled, it was almost like a breath of fresh air. Cause
A little bit.
It kind of gave us a pause, but like a lot of the lyrics of that song are really about how at one point you're like really at a heightened level, and like there's a lot of self-actualization, and you feel good about your work and what you're doing, and then like the next moment you could like totally be like on the floor, so that's kind of where the song is, like split between a dream and a failure. Like at one point you're fulfilling your dream and there's like self-actualization, and then you release something out into the world and it doesn't necessarily get the reaction that you want. And I mean, that's kind of like the opposite. Like we were really blown away with like the response to Poor Excuse in the EP. But so that's kind of where the song was inspired. And so the video was like, you know, I work a day job and I wear a suit every damn day, and there's a lot of days where I wake up and I get ready to go to work, and then like, you know, that's not really like
You kind of dread it to a degree, kind of thing.
it's not like my purpose, you know what I mean? Like I don't like get thrilled about necessarily like managing associates in a sales team, or you know, or anybody who has like a 9 to 5. Like I'm sure you could like you're working to fulfill other things, you know.
Anybody in a band will just say, going my day job is just,
Horrid.
Yeah, you know. So I mean,
like, this isn't my calling.
right. So I think like we're number one. Like I'm lucky, and I feel we feel grateful that we have this band to like indulge in and like use as a creative outlet. But then like I feel that that's what that video kind of captured, is like, you know, like getting ready to go out for the day, and then like I just get in the shower and say fuck it, you know.
Right.
It's like, so that was kind of the inspiration behind that.
That was cool stuff, you know.
Thanks.
Oh yeah. Well, I had a question.
I figured that's why I looked at you. I felt it.
How was the reception dropping this single compared to the last single you guys dropped? Because I know when I went on your Apple Music, the Split is your number one. It's like first song up now. When you go to top songs, Split's number one.
Same thing on
Sweet.
Spotify, from what I saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
I deleted my Spotify app, so I can't really see. I need room on my phone. Wow, I just had to bring
What
it.
You gotta give yourself the streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Just
How you
Just
make-
log on my computer still and do it that way.
Use
It doesn't help me in the moment.
Use the superior platform.
No, it's cool.
Apple Music.
JJ's on Deezer.
It's on LimeWire.
Only one that uses
Frostwire.
Tidal.
Napster.
We don't speak of Napster.
No, but that's crazy. Like, especially now, like when you see like bands come out with music right now, it's like there's so much of it. So when it gets put out, it just goes into this void, and you hear about it for like a few days, then it's gone. So I don't know if that will happen to us or not, but like it's cool seeing that reaction for like for
Yeah.
us. I thought it was. I didn't honestly expect it.
I think the first week is like critical. You know, when you release anything, the first week is super important, right?
Mhm.
Bands will tell you like their releases are like everybody looks at it from the first week. All your first week sales are like the paramount to the success of the release. But you know, we did a lot of, we kind of like with the last release, we focused on like making connections with like No Echo and New Noise, and you know, we had an opportunity to work with you guys, and so all of those things are like you build those relationships over time with other releases, and then you kind of like use that same campaign for the next one. You know, so we were fortunate that we made a lot of connections from the last release that were very easy for us to kind of reach out to and connect. We do all of our own PR. You know, like we don't reach out or outsource to anybody. And you find that like when you release singles, like for bands that are listening to this, and you know, for anyone that's kind of like when like just putting something out into the world and like praying that people will hear it is like detrimental. You know, I think the key is like how do you market it? You know, and you know, the more that you boost stuff on social media, the more that social media starts to understand that you're feeding money into the machine, so they kind of like start to stifle your right. So there's like a whole strategy to that. But so we were very fortunate that a lot of websites picked it up really quick. You know, Idiotech and like I mentioned, New Noise and No Echo. That's like a really good partnership for us. So that was really great. We had Moon Decay Records that wanted to pick it up and do a 7-inch for it, which was very flattering. You know, that's something that we pressed ourselves and we paid for ourselves. So to have that support from them was awesome. And then just to have some features from like Bitter Hearts and Scoped Exposure, like some really key playlists that got us on there. So we'll see. You know, it's been out for a week now. You know, I just recently filmed a playthrough for that, and we're gonna put that out as well. And a lot of the feedback for the song is good. I think it's like a really like new sound for us. You know, we're trying to work with new producers now to try and elevate that sound. So, you know, I think all in all, like all of that stuff was a success. You know, but you know, I think spending too much time staring at the streaming numbers and like that stuff can drive your head in if you know don't manage your expectations a bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I was reading the comments for your guys' video on YouTube for Split, and someone said, "This isn't hardcore, but I like it." And
I read that
You read
too.
that one,
I was
right?
like, I get it. Like, hardcore is it's a different definition for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like for example, like your shoes. To me, they're black Vans. That could be someone else saying, "Oh, they're green."
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's that kind of different mental perspective to a degree. And
Literally.
right?
Literally. How do you see those as
No, I'm not saying that personally. I'm using a hypothetical.
Yeah,
right?
I know what
Come
you're
on now.
They're black shoes, Jay.
Yeah, I know.
Go over there.
But again, it's all about perspective and everything like that on what they think is hardcore.
Yeah, like I think there's a lot of bands out there labeled hardcore. Like you got bands like Hatebreed, which is older hardcore, and you got bands like Knock Loose right now, which are like the new hardcore. And I think you guys, when I listen to you guys, I'm like, you guys are like the perfect in between of that new age and that old school hardcore. That's just how I take it.
Yeah, I saw this. Like in the record store with Patrick Flynn. He's a singer from Have Heart. They did this like special where they gave him $60 to go into this record store and like show us what his like influences were. And something that he said on that, it's like this awesome feature on YouTube. And he was like, he picked up like, I don't remember if it was like a Gorilla Biscuits record or like, I don't know what he picked up, but he was like, this record, whatever it was, he was like, this was the record that showed me that hardcore can really sound like anything. So I think when you spend, like if you ever got an opportunity to go to This Is Hardcore, and I think this is something I talked about, I don't remember in what episode or what it was, but like you go to like This Is Hardcore and you have bands like Knocked Loose and Vicious Embrace or Regional Justice Center, and like you can pick those apart into like power violence and grindcore and metallic hardcore, and I think hardcore is like it's like a DIY mindset, and it's like the work ethic that goes into it, right? And like, yeah, I mean, we can pick apart like whenever we get a feature somewhere, and like it's always like interesting to see how they compare us, like metallic hardcore, deathcore, hybrid, court order, So we just try to be a heavy band, We do everything ourselves, but yeah, that it's interesting to get that feedback. At the end of the day, we just look at us as we just like to write heavy, crushing stuff,
Yeah, it's doing.
And want to scream in your faces at the same time.
Yeah, no matter like what genre you are, you're just gonna write music however you want to write it. You're not gonna be like,
Right.
I'm gonna go into this song and think it's gonna be a hardcore gent vibe.
Yeah,
you're just gonna write the song.
It's kind of comes out,
Yeah, I think like that's kind of something that we like surprised ourselves with on the self-titled. We had like some we didn't expect some of those melodies like what came out on Night Trash and Dead Voltage and what we did on Resurfaced. Like those are things that like kind of wrote themselves as we went along. We didn't go into the intentions of doing any of that. And I think sometimes and what I like about this band is that we have like good clarity. Everybody comes to the studio sober, and like we'll call it out if it's not good. Everybody's listening to what everybody's doing, and so that's something that is like a huge testament to this group. Is that there's that trust. Number one, I know when we wrote Exercise Forgiveness and Resurfaced, like everybody was super reluctant about that, and I know that those are songs that didn't really make sense to like where they fit in our catalog until we finally captured them and like fulfilled their creative vision, So, we kind of, I think we just have a good chemistry, and there are always going to be those influences, right? Like I'm wearing a Dillinger hoodie, JD's decked out in a Full of Hell and a Fuming Mouth outfit, and we're all wearing like the scene that we love, but I think at the end of the day, like we just want to write music that inspires us, So, but yeah, that's
Old school.
what is that?
Ruthless Scene.
Nice.
JJ always surprises me with like ridiculously underground shit.
That's something that JJ always does. He'll just find the most
Bro,
obscure
you
band.
know a Ruthless Scene back
Yes,
in the day.
yes, I do.
I'm about to say, if you
I
didn't,
was
I'd smack you.
I was just stating the fact that you literally find these most obscure bands.
Oh, you have no clue. You need to go through my closet.
We've been friends for a long time. I still haven't gone through your closet, and I don't want
Have
to.
that.
Is that something that friends do? Because I haven't seen Isaiah's closet or
Yeah.
Michael's. Yeah.
It depends on that level, though.
I've seen your closet though.
Yeah.
No.
I think you've been in my closet.
I have.
Actually,
he's out of the
JD,
closet now.
JD actually showed me. You
He
showed
has
me
the
your
best
closet last
closet.
night.
Yeah, I showed him
Check out my closet.
That's funny, bro.
It is a
Yeah.
thing.
I showed him last night. Yeah.
That's for initiation. Check their closets.
Look for skeletons.
No, because he has the coolest closet. He has like all this merch from like like the classic Converge.
Yeah,
Like,
I've been hoarding merch for
yeah, so like,
almost 20
That's
years.
JJ in a nutshell.
yeah, so I like to show off
It's like a
some of my stuff. now.
hardcore museum.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get rid of your merch out there. If you're out there and you have merch and you want to get rid of it, I don't recommend taking it to Goodwill. Don't do that.
No.
Open up a Depop.
I haven't thrown away any of my merch either. Like Chris, you gave me a Mice and Men shirt once, and I still have it. It
Well, yeah,
doesn't
because
even
I
fit
bought it
me
from Hot
anymore.
Topic.
Yeah, it doesn't
That's
fit
okay.
me anymore.
But like I've had Pantera shirts from like the late '90s and like early 2000s that I got rid of, and now on Depop, like some of those like old Hell Patrol shirts and like old Cowboys from Hell designs like are going for like $1.75. So like,
Damn.
yeah, dude. And
I still have one of those
and I
old
tossed it
Hot
into
Topic
Goodwill,
Attack
you
Attack
know.
shirts.
And you know
Like,
some guy.
We're going way back.
You know somebody like looked at that bag and was like, "Holy shit!" You know, and just took that whole thing.
People
home.
buy
Like,
it too. I spent $60 on a Suburban Scum T-shirt that's stained, and yeah.
Yeah.
What's that style of shirt? It's like the 2010 like Attack Asking Alexandria shirt.
I
It's
was
like,
literally just saying
like,
that.
yeah,
I still
the
have
green
some of those.
and like pink.
Oh yeah, the very green and pink type.
I have.
Obnoxious.
I have. We butter the bread with butter. I've got Attack. I've got.
We butter the bread with butter.
They're awesome.
Yo,
I love
yeah.
them.
I
They're
got
amazing.
Prom Queen.
Oh man.
Here comes the
I
Kraken.
forgot
I
about it.
still have them too.
I know you do.
There's a whole like punk rock NBA episode about like the neon green
Yes.
monster.
Oh, I
They really
love
need to
that
bring
guy.
those back.
That guy's great.
That's just so nostalgic. I love those.
We gotta bring those back. You guys need to make a court order one with
Yes.
like aliens. And
The thing is like, dude, when you screen print that stuff though, man, and it's like 19 colors, like to print 50 of those shirts,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
it'll be like $1,200. You know, like
Yeah, I'm like looking at your merch. I'm like, oh,
pre-order is like $75 for like a tank.
all the purple.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to get a little.
No, we try to make when we make our designs like I think we kind of try to keep that in mind. Like we try to get something that's like kind of stands out and is like unique to us and talks to our elements, but is also like we know if we want to print it, like
You know we have to
production
do kind of
costs.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like this is cool, but is it cheap?
Yeah. Well,
Am I
I mean, the
gonna
thing
stop
is like you notice, like even at an independent level, like there's always needs to be quality control. Like you got to think like when you're putting something in somebody's closet, like it's taking up real estate. Like so I know that we have so much between my wife and I. We have so much merch that like every once in a while, like I'll see her like going through her clothes, and she'll like take a few shirts, and she'll like, all right, I'm getting rid of these, and I'm like, wait, but that like we got that at like this show. She's like, I know, but I don't ever wear it. And I was like, and then I take it, right?
show,
And
you
then I
just
start wearing
can't
it.
get rid
Yeah,
of the
but,
memories.
but legit, one time she took a court order shirt and she was like, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I was like, what?
Oh man!
She's like, I have two of them. Yeah, and I was like, no, that's not like. So
It doesn't work like that.
no, yeah. Well, she kept it. But I think that like so it just got me to think that if I'm printing merch and I'm getting it out to people and I'm selling it or I'm sending it for promo, like it's sitting in somebody's closet where eventually they're going to need to make a decision
Yeah.
if this is a shirt that I'm going to keep or am I going to toss. Not everybody is a collector. Not everybody is as passionate about the stuff as we are. It might be just like a hoodie that they bought that night to like stay warm at the meat locker because they were freezing, And, like we were the one band that had clothes, So like you really need to be intentional and like I think that's something that we really think of. I think in the beginning like a lot of the merch was just like the logo and just like making the name apparent, but now we've kind of started to focus more on like the artwork of stuff, but
the brand itself. Kind of
yeah, so you got to take a look at what your competition is, but also make something that's like marketable that people are going to want to, keep in their closet. Because I don't think there's anything worse than like just thinking that somebody's like you give them a shirt and then they're just like, all right, like because I know I've thrown shit away,
Yeah, of course.
so always got to be intentional.
Right.
Yeah, it would suck. Imagine like, well, I don't know if it'd suck or be cool if you went to Goodwill and saw like a court order shirt. It's like, wow, someone bought it, but now it's here.
It's kind of. It's not like a slap in the face. It's more like, what's wrong with you? Just a light tap in the face.
I mean, someone's gonna get it at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Probably me.
Yeah.
You're gonna see him be like, oh look,
JJ's gonna track it down.
That means you have enough shit out there where one of them ended up
Yeah.
in Goodwill. I got a copy of Kiss's Destroyer for 99 cents at Goodwill. I got a copy of Black Sabbath's Paranoid for $1.99 at Goodwill. So like, I don't think Ozzy's looking at that and being like that's just like the world going around.
I know where I'm going
If I
tomorrow.
saw a shirt at Goodwill, I think I'd be like, damn, like We are in this community hard.
Yeah, we made it.
Where's there a Goodwill at? Because there was like a Salvation Army or something in Rahway, and the only thing that's there is like a bunch of garbage and telephones.
Couches.
Oh yeah.
Couches.
There's a lot of
Oh,
couches.
pretty much the same thing. There's one, I think, on Route 1 called Planet Pluto. I've been in there once. They have some random stuff in there. It's actually really dope.
I've seen some nasty stuff at Goodwill's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see,
I live 5
okay.
minutes. I live 5 minutes from one.
You're at the
I spend
episode.
a lot of my time
Shit.
there.
Goodwill does a lot of good stuff for the community. We want to shout out to those hard workers and those people fulfilling those community service hours at the local
100%.
Goodwill and Salvation
I have $1
Army.
million idea.
Shout
is.
out.
Strictly
To
a,
those
a
folks.
metal, like
Yeah.
hardcore, heavy music, Goodwill specifically. Like if you have to throw away any merch, records, or anything, you go to the hardcore metal, heavy music
I
Goodwill.
like that.
Okay,
Let's start
cool,
that.
yeah.
Let's do it.
That'd be cool as fuck.
I got an idea. All right, so next
Metal
next
Antics
time.
X court order.
Oh, dude, my idea was nothing like that. my idea was when the shows start happening again, you guys cut the air conditioner as like high as possible, and then start charging $90 for hoodies because everybody's gonna want a hoodie.
Yeah, that's-
Ooh.
There you go. There you go.
that's what we like to
Yeah,
happen.
see what he's thinking.
We got the long
system, guys.
This is big brain time.
Yeah, you just funded your next album.
Yeah.
Next podcast can be freezing in here. Be like, hey guys.
It is kind of cold in here, actually. I gotta have my Metal Antics sweater on, you know?
Well, you guys know, luckily we brought all of our court order hoodies.
I'm not. I got a gold car.
Look at that.
It's warm. You're warm. And that I know that's warm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had something fun to do actually, and I wrote it down. I didn't tell these guys yet because
Crack?
I suck at that.
Go for some crack.
So I just labeled this court order questions. So I'm gonna ask you guys something,
God, here we go.
and it's gonna be about one of you guys. You have to answer about one other person in the band. Okay.
That's funny.
So I'll just ask this one straight up, and you guys pick who this fits. Most likely to go too hard in a pit.
JJ.
JJ.
I think JJ.
What?
Really?
I think so.
I think it's
so.
JD, honestly.
I hurt JJ in the pit.
You pushed me into a pole
Yeah, I hurt him.
from like 20 feet away.
I've known these guys for a
I guess
long
it's
time.
a 50-50 then. I don't know.
JJ goes hardest. in the
I
pit.
feel like it was JJ. When I wrote this one, I was like, they're gonna say JJ. I know.
JJ gets in the pit at our shows.
JJ has the coolest moshes. He has like that early like 2000 like grab in the air. Like I love
So
it.
he's climbing an invisible mountain.
Yeah.
Then he has like the spider. Like the,
Oh,
like,
pick it up, it's called picking up loose change.
yeah, picking up the
Oh,
chain.
can you get up the
Yeah, picking up pennies. Yeah. All right, so that answers that one. Most likely to mess up while playing at a show.
Me.
Yeah.
100%. 100% Why do you me. say yourself?
He just throws his back out.
Yeah, bro, 100% me. Bro, it has to be 100% me. I'll
Wait,
take
you've
that
thrown your
one.
back out at a show?
Once.
Yeah.
Really?
Still
How?
finished it.
How? Were you just going too
Oh
hard?
yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
And still finished it.
That's impressive.
oh,
It was
yeah,
funny
dude.
because it hit him, and like he was like boggled.
Bro,
and, like,
in
and he
the
started.
intro, and I'm like,
Oh, so it was in the beginning?
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
At a festival.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It was like a
30 minutes later, I was like, I'm going home.
Yeah, after the set he did.
And I left. It was the greatest night
He like
ever.
started playing the wrong song.
Bro, it was so fucking crazy. So no, for that question, it's definitely me.
Oh, my God.
Well, Zay was
Yeah.
going like super hard. I think we have footage of that August show at Revolution.
Was that August?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was with
That was Ripstock, right?
It was August 23rd.
No, I don't. I think it was the one before that. But like we were going. It was. It might have been.
We all fuck up.
Anyway,
Like,
we
all have
Our
our-
choreography was like spot on. Like we came out so brutal. The sound system at Revolution was just so sick.
Such
And
a
I
good sound system.
And I think
Such
Zay
a
just
good
went
sound system.
bananas and just like brang, just like pulled his back.
But when he goes in, like his whole back is like.
Oh yeah.
Bro, still finished it.
I'm gonna start calling you
Zay
Goaty
is
from now
But I
on.
still
Yeah.
finished it, dude.
That's crazy. You
Best
like
night
a,
ever.
a lumbar brace or something?
Dude, that last show
He headbang.
at
it's
Voltage
like so
Lounge,
bad.
man, when we got that footage of you going off, bro.
Voltage Lounge was cool as fuck.
That's how
He
you
did
throw
like
out
an
your
old school
back.
slide on his
It's
knees
like,
too and
well,
just
I think Zay just taught us a very important lesson. Just
Stretch. That's it. That's it. Just stretch.
yeah. Before you get up
100%.
there, it literally is sports. Like
Yeah,
it's
oh
so
no, dude, 100%.
crazy
Yeah.
that like, yeah.
Oh, the amount of times
But
I
I love it, man. I
my
love
neck
it.
would just be
absolutely, yeah.
killing me.
Yeah, absolutely.
My neck would have, I'd have fucking whiplash and all that fucking shit.
But I love seeing that energy, man. And I'm playing the
Oh, of
drums and I
course.
see the band going off. Like that's just something.
Yeah,
that-
for sure.
That's like you can't put a price on that.
Mm-mm.
So.
No.
It's like MasterCard, priceless.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Quarter to merch, $45. Seeing your band have a good time, priceless. All right, most talented member of the band.
Ooh. I want
You
to
can't see me raise my hand, but it's all of us.
I want to say.
Oh,
okay, I like that.
Yeah. Nah, I like that.
I
I'm
like
saying JD.
I'd have to say JD.
I'm saying JD. JD and Nate, I mean, it's the same, but like you really can't like.
Same person.
It's two different like departments, you know. But I think it's JD and Ace.
Ace is looking at you. He's like, "Did you really pick JD over me?"
Well, I think JD brings like an element of just technical skill.
But
Yeah, yeah.
That's I'm a Neanderthal on the drums. Like I've never had a day of like lessons ever.
Right.
And I've been playing since like for 24 years.
Yeah,
on
for
the
sure,
drums,
for
you
sure.
know? So like, I think JD brings a level of like technical proficiency to
Yeah.
chord order that was missing when Zay and I were playing
Yeah.
and started the band. So
I don't know, but there's some like it's hard to find like really crazy drummers out there.
Oh,
So
for sure.
I
yeah.
think we got lucky with Ace. I don't know. That's a hard question because like you got a huge shout out on the Bitter
Yeah.
Hearts podcast. It's all about man that guy's footwork.
yeah, I appreciate that. I
Because
think
when we're playing, we're not playing anything crazy. So the drummers I
Right.
think really bring it out.
Right. It just works, dude. Like we just work as a group.
I think,
guess,
yeah,
like,
it's- yeah.
it just works.
I
We
think
got really
the band,
lucky.
yeah, I think the exactly. I think when I started jamming with Zay like 5 years ago, like it was just like instant chemistry.
Mhm.
It was like jamming with like my brother that I grew up with. I was like, this dude gets it. He has the ear for it. I have the rhythm.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking awesome, And then, once we got Oscar in the band and JD in the band, like they have a good ear.
Mm.
But shout out to JJ also, man. We love you, bro. I'm sorry, but
I just exist. It's
good
fine.
experience. No, I agree. I think like we are very, very fortunate, and I think that
Yeah.
it's something that we have to be sensitive with and have to like be mindful and like be patient with everybody because
Yeah.
it's not something that I take for granted. I've worked with so many, even in this band, we've gone through so many members until we
Yeah.
got to this lineup that we've been in for almost 3 years now. Like,
Me being one of them.
yeah, it's just like the consistency and like the persistence, and so. Well, anyway, we can go on a rant about that. But,
Yeah.
But thanks, guys.
All
I
day.
appreciate the recognition.
Yeah, thank
No,
you.
no,
I don't know. I think
Number
we're all-
2.
Big shout out to JJ though. He is the one that taught me.
No, but it's a tough question. I feel
Yeah.
like I can jam with Zay, and I know even if we have no ideas, we'll leave with a song.
Yeah.
And I know if JD comes into the room, he's going to bring another level element to it.
For sure.
And if Oscar's here and he's goofing around and he writes a riff, we're probably going to use it.
Yeah.
And JJ has a lot of talent. I mean, he tracked an entire album in a day. Like, what other vocalist can say that they did a
Yeah,
whole
that's
album in a
insane.
day?
He did a
That's
whole
great.
album.
Like,
one
that's
day.
your throat. Like, that's a tough instrument. I couldn't do a song,
Mm.
So I think there's the technical skill that, like a God-given gift that we have between all of us that, we don't take for granted.
It doesn't work out if it's
That's a good question, man.
yeah.
For sure.
thank you. I just came up with this morning.
Awesome.
There we go.
We're going to be arguing later.
Uh-huh.
All right, so
See the where the breakup was.
Did you mean that shit? This one could go anyway, but who's the funniest member?
JJ.
Oh shit.
JJ just gets me.
Whoa, whoa.
He gets me.
That super
Shut up,
subjective.
Damn it.
Oh.
I mean, we all have our particular humor. So we really can't say who's the funniest. We all have our moments.
In terms of what? In terms of, I mean, I don't know.
I
It's
don't know,
like,
who's like the crazy, who acts up the most? Who's like is always making light of a bad situation
Yeah.
or.
When everybody's down, who's the one to light everybody up with a joke or something?
I think Ace is funny as fuck.
I think Ace.
Yeah.
I think Ace is, but
Yeah.
like, he's funny because, like, he's just talking. Like,
It's just out of nowhere.
it's never on purpose, but it's just like funny, like one
Yeah.
line, off. But like, some people try to be funny, but no, like Ace is. You just talk to him and it's few jokes here
Yeah.
and there, you know. So it's
I
good.
remember talking. I
It's
remember we
always
were
a good
doing this
time.
this first episode with you guys, and we left. And we were driving to Pittsburgh the day after,
Uh-huh.
and we're talking. We're like, you know what? Ace has a great voice. You know? That guy can talk.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You're
was
like
like,
very white
you
boy.
know, I imagine him being the representative. He's the whole representative. He's the talker.
Yeah. he
Yes,
Had,
yes.
had such an elegant voice.
I definitely
I agree.
go off. I've learned to just like keep a stopwatch sometimes, just kind of look down and call it, you know. But no, man, I think a lot of it comes from experience. You know, you go through shit in life,
Yeah.
and like you realize that like, you know, people like perch up when you know you have something relevant to say. So I think words matter, you know, and
For sure.
you have to be intentional.
It's a tie between JJ and Ace.
JJ is definitely
They're the
a
most
goofball.
outgoing.
Yeah, yeah, for
Definitely a
sure.
goofball.
For sure.
A split between Ace and JJ.
Uh-huh.
You're lucky there's not. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow, my brain
Whoa.
just shut off for a
And
second.
you're the vocalist.
Shut up. You're lucky there's not a camera here, otherwise I'd be all in that.
Yeah, I think what's good about JJ, I think you bring like a childlike
Oh, shit.
a childlike sensitivity to the band
Oh,
because if
shit.
it wasn't for JJ,
Oh,
like
shit.
we are here. Let me explain it.
Shit.
What I'm saying is we are always strategy. We are always what we're selling or marketing or what our intentions are. And like JJ, I think brings like a curiosity to it that kind of cuts the tension.
He's calling you a
So-
child, bro.
No, I mean whatever. I don't think. I mean,
No, I completely understand. It's so funny the way you presented that. It's you're
bro,
not wrong.
Everybody's ganging up on you. My body just freaking left. No. But as soon as you said that, I agree. He has I literally see it as you are the adult, and he could be like the child. Literally, I can see it.
Yeah, I know, like-
No, Ace is the band dad for sure.
For sure, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, but you've seen like Space Jam, you know, you got like that one tall blue lanky one, and then you got like the one like goofy like red one like scoring dunks, you know.
Mate,
They're
I'm
all
red
part of the team. They're all
No,
part of the team.
100%,
You
of
know,
course.
and like that's why like I think that question about like which Avenger are you is like so critical to this because it's like, you know, you always say that you're Deadpool, and like that guy's a clown. You know, Deadpool, like yeah, and,
No,
like,
he's
you know-
completely right.
Of course,
but you
of
know
course.
that's why, like, that's why that works. You know, I totally understand that. So I didn't mean to like
100%.
throw self-perception.
Oh
at
no,
you.
I don't care. I think it's hysterical.
But it's important. It's important because it cuts tension and it creates another element to the band where it's not always about.
How dare you?
Work.
Well, where it's
I
not
gotta go
always
work
need to be
now.
super
Yeah.
serious.
Right.
I like that.
I gotta make a split between
Real life and
Work.
Money and a
Between work and
podcast. for sure.
unemployment.
So it's easier.
Yo,
Alright, guys.
later, bro.
Peace out, my dude.
Peace out, bro.
See you,
I
man.
don't.
Okay, well.
I'm sorry, I'm taking that spot.
That
Hop
guy's
on
good.
over. Yeah, now that Michael's
Please
going.
don't step
No,
on a
but
wire.
JJ,
The old man
ultimate
taking the
respect.
chair.
I love you, man.
No, you know I love you too.
So.
Yeah, but you guys balance each other out perfectly. I see what you're saying. It's like you don't
Yeah.
have you have the balance of seriousness and joking.
Yeah,
balance
man.
each other out.
Of
You
course.
know, you have like Donatello, and then you have
Funny Mikey.
Michelangelo.
Is there a dude playing
they're all
guitar in the
fighting crime and
hallway?
shit.
Thank you.
Oscar's gonna love that one.
Yeah.
Is it-
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'd like two more questions.
Sure.
Let's see. So each of you guys are gonna pick a band that you'd like to tour with, and that's gonna be the next Court Order tour, hypothetically. So like, what's your guys' favorite band that you want to tour with one day?
Word.
You could pick underground band. You could pick like a big band in between. Anything.
Doesn't even have to be metal.
Doesn't have to be metal.
That's tough.
I have
Dude.
3.
You got 3.
Well, I asked for one.
For one?
I get 3.
Oof.
You don't get 3.
Just one, dude?
Everybody gets 1.
Plenty.
Plenty.
Plenty, dude. Has to be plenty, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I thought this was like a hard question because there's so many out there.
Nah, plenty, dude.
There's so many.
He's sick as fuck.
Well, he threw out any genre, so.
Yeah, no,
Christina Aguilera.
for sure. Yes.
No!
Do they still need to be an active band?
No.
No.
Ah.
That's why I said hypothetical. Yeah.
Since you can't give one, why not like 3?
I think I got one. Like whenever I get like asked like this question or like who's your favorite band, I'm like, I always bring it back to my roots. So I'd probably go with Korn.
Corn.
I'd
That's
tour
a
with
good
Korn. They're the reason why I play guitar.
I really hope these mics aren't picking up that cover band playing in the hallway.
Oh, they definitely.
It
Probably
feels like they're right in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they didn't close their door.
Someone needs to go close their door, damn it.
Honestly,
Thanks.
I would like
They
to
stop.
see Court Order play
God,
with
damn it.
fucking Body Snatcher.
Ooh,
I would love that.
We have.
Twice.
We have.
Twice.
Exactly.
It's like-
exactly. No, I mean like you guys actually on the tour
Again?
I
Oh,
would
for
like
sure.
to see. I
That'd
would
be
like to
cool
see
as
that
fuck.
happen because when you guys played with Body Snatcher and Stardust Prevail, you were on point.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, one I can see is the Acacia Strain.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I could definitely see you
Of
guys
course.
with them.
Oh, I love Vincent.
God.
Such a sweetheart.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Yeah, and anything like kind of like, you know, like really fucking heavy and like low. I just see that.
I could see us fitting with them.
Yeah.
I love to play with Converge. Converge is one of my all-time favorite bands. My top 4 bands: Nine Inch Nails, Meshuggah, Converge, Dillinger. That's my 4. The Lords. But I think where we would make sense the most, if we got an opportunity to play with Converge as an opener for them, that would be ideal. That is like my pinnacle. I think that when they take bands out now, I think that that's like a cosign for sure, a definite cosign.
Oh, it's either Corn or Deftones. I don't know, man.
He still can't get over it.
I can't. It's either Corn or Deftones.
Here's why I think Converge would be dope, because Converge, whenever they take anybody on tour, they always take that Jane Doe logo and then they mesh it with the other band that they're on. And so it would be badass if we got I don't know what Jacob Bannon's vision would be, but if he could take that Jane Doe logo and mesh it with the Court Order
That'd be
element,
sick,
then that
yeah.
would be, for me, if I had that in my merch museum,
That
that
would
to
be
me would
sick.
be self-fulfilling.
That would be really sick.
So that would be my pick. I don't have a second one. There's a ton of other bands. My goal would be. There's no end to the goals, but I think if I got an opportunity to play with Converge, and if they're listening, courtorderx@gmail.com, at courtorderhc, hit me up.
Yeah, I wish any band like that was listening.
Oh yeah, you don't know. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
Never know.
I know a bunch. Oh, oops, shit, excuse me. I'm drinking a Mountain Dew.
What is your brain is Windows 98?
95, I think. He probably was like.
I was born in 2000.
Exactly.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. Never mind. Anyway.
That's your band.
Hey man, about that weather.
What's your band? Give me one.
Plenty.
Plenty?
That's the name of the band?
Yeah.
Plenty?
Plenty.
Plenty. It's like a math rock, right?
Oh, you meant?
Dog.
I thought you meant like
Plenty.
plenty. Like, oh, it's plenty of bands.
No, plenty.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
no, bro,
Plenty
plenty's
enjoy the
crazy as
candies.
fuck.
I thought when he
Wait,
said
what?
plenty, I was
No, no,
like,
plenty.
oh, there's a lot out there.
I'm
I'm
so
No,
glad
dude,
I'm the
he's
only
so
one who
good.
understood
Oh,
what they
shit.
said.
He's a great band.
Yeah, probably.
Amazing
Yeah.
band.
had no clue.
Insane, dude.
That'd be
I saw him
wild.
with fucking. That'd be crazy. I saw Plenty, Intervals, and fucking Angel Vivaldi all in like Santa Maria's party. This is like a while ago. Craziest show, dude. Crazy, bro. Like all in those, it was just flawless, like the whole time.
I'm definitely gonna look that up because I
Yeah.
thought the same time.
Yeah.
No,
There's
dude,
plenty
no,
of
dude.
bands.
Yeah, there's plenty.
He
of
has a
bands
new
on
album
Spotify.
out too. It's
Nope,
fucking
just
crazy.
Plenty.
It's so good. Plenty.
All right.
Thank you
I'll definitely
later.
look that up.
Check it out.
Please
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, but I know you guys got to practice right now, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Word.
Took 5 minutes to practice time.
Oh,
No, don't worry about it.
But thank you guys for
Whoa,
coming on
wait,
again.
JJ, what's yours?
Oh yeah. We
Jerk!
Oh,
You know!
Yeah.
Jerk!
Well, you said you wanted to say
Well, you
3,
took
and then you
forever.
said no. You say 1, and then
Oh, okay. Say 3, whatever. All right.
you know you did that last
Like
week.
so bad.
You know, you did that last week too when we were saying, like letting everybody say their thanks. I forgot which member it was, but there was someone just sitting there and they were about to start talking. Then you're like, okay, that's enough, and then they just like
Oh,
lean
shit.
back just awkwardly.
Oh man, I'm apparently
You're
a piece of
grounded.
shit- I'm a piece of shit post.
Yo,
apparently.
man.
Fuck.
All right, so
Anyway.
curveball, Knock Loose, Slipknot, and unfortunately he's passed on by Frank Sinatra.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
That was interesting.
Interesting.
I didn't expect that.
I love me some Frank.
worth the
I
wait.
know that sounded wrong, but love Frank Sinatra.
Love me some Frank.
Quite frankly.
All right, am I allowed to end the episode now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Whatever, dude. We're not coming back on.
Last time.
Thank you so
But yeah,
much.
no, thank you guys again for coming on. You know,
Thanks for allowing us once again.
coming in early
Always.
to do this. But it's great having you guys on. First official recurring guest. Definitely have you guys back on in the future,
Oh,
no
yeah,
doubt.
Sure. Thank you.
But anything you guys want to end on? Any shout outs? Anything?
If you haven't checked out the music video yet, go on our YouTube channel. Court Order. Wow, it's just bad brain fart. I'm so sorry. Wow. It's easy to type in Court Order Band on the YouTube search, and our channel will be right there in the front.
Yeah.
Perfect. Go check out their socials. Go check out the singles. Streaming everywhere, I assume.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you guys again.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.